Class in session. Continuing on with the N Kessinger interview, going on part 2, and hopefully we'll get done here pretty soon. I've got it as loud as it'll go, so, but I got closed captioning on too, so if you can't hear it. She's texting underneath that table. Little sneaky girl.
How are you doing? I like your little blouse.
Hold up a second, hold up. Look at ladies, man. That's the game right there, though. She's like, I like your little blouse. You know, gives her a compliment, you know? Come on now. I'm not going to be harsh, but come on. I mean, guys, too, like, this is, you know, this, and they're not that far apart in age. When you like this, that's all self-induced. All right. Goes for guys, too.
I'm gonna step out. I have that now. I have the lease. I'll give it to Hazel. Okay. Did he get your phone taken care of?
I don't know if it took a bowl.
All right. I'll step out for a few minutes. Give you guys a few seconds.
All right. I don't know who this lady is. Let's
If you
see.
remember anything else, we'll talk before you leave. All right. Hazel said she knew that she was kind of fired, so.
I knew it. I knew it. She got fired. Gentlemen, this is it. Yeah. Yep. And here's the thing. In their last interview, at the end, they're all like, yeah, just tell them. And her dad gave bad advice. You know, tell your employer will protect you. And she got fired. Yep. I mean, I'm not saying right or wrong, but dip it in the company ink, man. Dude, it's not natural to think that men and women that work in the same environment are not going to have sexual relations. You know? You're going to put a girl like this around attractive men and think that corporation, you know, we got to get with the times, dude. Like, you know, but yeah, they were just talking in that, I did, what, on the last series I did? This is big, you know, she got fired. Yep. I knew it when they were talking about it. I'm like, nah, they ain't. You know, and the lesson we can learn from this, guys, is always say less than necessary. Hold that information, you know, I don't know. But make them prove it. I don't know. But they were all like, go to your EAP, your Employee Assistance Program, and admit that. I knew that wasn't going to work out well.
Get some advice on that too, about potentially leaving here and starting new somewhere else.
Nicole will be just fine. I don't know what she's doing now. She's going to be just fine. Wow.
And her plan to be the company as well?
Yeah, well, and or just terminated the contract. I don't blame them.
Same thing. She was a contracted employee.
They were concerned and they offered to pay for like a few weeks.
Well, that is pretty generous.
It was very generous and hasn't cut it off. They're just like, we don't want to bill a contractor if you're not actually working. I respect that. You know, I don't know, I think, kind of disappointed because they told me, you know, I informed them of the situation and then they contacted me like a day later and said, oh, you're good, don't worry about it. And then they contacted me the day after and pretty much just let me go. Just be honest.
There you go. Just be honest. No, ladies. Y'all are the last people to be honest. You know, Jim. Come on, Nicole. Jim. No, be honest, so I can figure you. Company don't. I mean, I'm just trying to see through the crap here. I don't. It sounds like she, because of the Chris Watts thing, she wasn't going to work, and so her contractor saying, well, we don't want to bill Anadarko. If you're, she was a liability. They're looking for a reason that when you do stuff like this, and this is just, real world law of me in 50 years, they're gonna look for a reason to get rid of you, because you're a liability. You exposed yourself. You made bad choices. Everyone's capable of this, or whatever. But you dated a murderer. You were having sex with a murderer. Yeah, you're gone.
Good job for doing appointments.
They would have had to, and I kind of had a solution for that situation too, but they didn't seem like they were all about it. It is what it is. I was working for like 4 months, and I don't remember that well.
Damn.
Cousin? And so are they saying?
I mean, she's a single girl paying her own bills, man. I mean, this.
Or that you just.
But these are learning lessons, and and I've made my own mistakes, and this is why you got to learn this relationship stuff, because even Nicole and Chris, look at this though. Look at the relationship dynamics of who Chris chose to be his wife, who Nicole chose to have sex with, who we choose to have sex with, these are the most important decisions of our. Now for Nicole, she'd probably get another job, but it's still big impact. Chris Watts, look what it did to him. It beat him down. Look where it's led his life, because he didn't manage, or what, the person he chose was not right for him. She wasn't. She just wasn't. Now, it doesn't mean he goes off and has, and what he did to his family is okay. Absolutely not. But it also means that we need to make good decisions when the people who we choose to be with, and in our interactions, and how we deal with that and how we manage that, is the most important decisions and the most important choices we'll ever make. And people, what college do you want to go to? What's your career choice? And the career you choose, the college you choose, those are all important. And you'll go, it's SATs, but they don't tell you how to do relationships. When those we see guys losing their lives, we see women losing their lives, we see families shattered. Yeah. That's why this stuff is so important.
Me originally that if I wasn't working in the dark, they'd find out if they split me. And then they came back yesterday night and said, since you're not, we hired you for the contract with being a dark, the contract with them was terminated, we're letting you go.
Yeah. They wanted to get rid of her.
And did you call the person and have them give you that?
No,
Really?
I've spent all day trying to do stuff with these guys, so I haven't had a chance.
She's just overwhelmed right now.
See what he has to say about it, and see if there's any, he'll probably ask you what your contract with them was, and ask you for some more details, and see if there's any way that legally he can help you out, or if he can create some sort of mediation or something like that, or at the very least negotiate a positive referral to another agency or something.
They told me they'd give me that. He seemed really taken back when I asked them, but I was like, can you at least give me a positive referral? I did great work for those guys. They're definitely
Wow. But this, more whatever. But ladies, it's for ladies, dude. She was on eHarmony. She's dating this gym guy. They can find sex anywhere, Yeah, I don't know. So I get a little more harsh on her for, maybe it's not fair, but yeah. Anyway, that's too bad. Sex at work is, yeah, one more thing. But it's all choices. They probably have a fraternized, they discourage their contractors dating Anadarko employees, and because there's so much drama involved in these, male-female relationships. Businesses know this. So there, and she probably, I was on the police department. I dated a police officer, so, and it was drama. She had to move from my station because I was a supervisor. She couldn't be at my station, and it was drama for us. We had to we kind of were hiding it for a little while. It's just, I've been there. I've lived this. So dating people at your work, not a good idea.
Well, I think that right now, what you need to worry about is some to really good supportive family and people that are going to help you get through for a few weeks while you're looking for work.
Nicole's like, lady, get out of my face.
In your situation.
All right, let's see if we got. This is all fluff.
Well, we talked about that, and you believe that your friends and your family would, at least for a while, be supportive, not doing anything.
Okay.
You need to do something.
Nicole's a tough cookie. I don't think she likes this lady.
So I know.
We're gonna print we downloaded them.
It's all phone information crap.
I don't think you remember anything more. We've had a lot of conversations about this case, so just.
So this interview is obviously after the one that, because they were talking about her job.
And nobody knows who you are.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I know you are now.
Whoever you trust in, like Charlotte or whoever your other friends are.
Jim.
Go have a.
He didn't say Jim.
Not stay at your house and dwell on this. And do you members, okay?
Are they gonna post anything if they don't find out anything? Cause I'm just surprised they haven't.
About what?
About me.
They're gonna find.
It's been 4 days.
You know that they are dying to find out who you are.
I know. They haven't even reached my inner circle yet. It's been 4 days.
You have good friends.
Yes, I do.
So be thankful for that, and that we've had this conversation. Is it, you said you're thinking about going somewhere else? Go.
I don't know when I'm gonna do that. Can you guys help me with the name change? You like do that? I'm serious, please.
So I can't do anything for you. That's a legal process. It's really not that difficult.
Wonder what she changed her name to.
It needs to be filled out.
Interesting. Changing her name, dog. What is it? I want to look her up. I haven't looked her up. I haven't. I try to be respectful.
I don't even know who you call, honestly. But people change their name all the time when they get married. So it's probably the county clerk.
But not when you're making one up.
But I don't know specifically how to do that.
Changing her name, dog.
I don't know. I know it can be done, I just don't know how to do it, and I would need to know who to reach out. I mean, I could find out and let you know. But I don't know how to do it. Like the witness protection thing is very, very rare.
I'm not expecting that.
Yes.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not gonna hurt you, all those things, so.
No, I'm not expecting that. I don't even know. Like, sometimes I'm like, I just wanna do it now, and I'm like, why? Because
But if you go to another
I
state,
feel like it would defeat the purpose. A part of me, I keep getting really scared that it's gonna be really hard to find good employment for like a really long time.
That's just, yeah.
so if you go to another state, this is not headliners in that state.
Well, yes it is. Yes it is. Dude, that's this thing went national.
Sometimes that can be tough to get over too.
Yeah, that sucks. It's your first time being fired. I thought there was more on here about the case. Wait, well, hold on. This is Jim here. Hold on.
No. Is there concern that you're hiding something? Potentially. That's why I want them, or I would be asking for them.
I know.
And you've been upfront with me about everything.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a concern that you ever told Chris, I don't want you, go kill your wife, or get rid of your kids, or I don't want to date you if you have kids. None of those things ever came out of your mouth. We've talked about that. So, but until those text messages that are deleted, Are there, you know, and all that. It's just speculation. But it's kind of like, why did you do that? And I get your excuse.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
No,
But
he's right. Her
at the end of
excuse.
the day, You realized who this man was.
Yeah.
And you want him to be part of
No,
it.
she deleted him everyone would do that.
It was like freaking me out, because I remember I had like deleted them, and then he sent me another text, and then I deleted that one too.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. By the way, when you're looking through those texts, look for his, if you keep on for that one conversation we had where he screenshotted me what he did on Monday. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you said, that's his amateur person.
Uh-huh. And that should be the only like recent, like there's probably stuff if you guys are able to pull up from way back that we talked, but nothing.
The thing we talked about was him proving that he went to the oil field,
That he went to work.
that he went to work that morning
Yeah.
at whatever site he was supposed to go to
Yeah.
check on
So
the
that'll be in there.
police.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then, I don't know, am I allowed to like address my friends and tell them, please no comment to the media? I mean, I haven't been telling them anything else.
I would not talk with anybody about any of this case. Except, I mean, I know you need to talk to a therapist, and you need to talk, I'm sure you talk with your dad.
To some extent, I
Probably
mean,
the
once,
closest person.
not, well, when he's not in here for this, I don't tell him about this, I tell him to come down here, but he doesn't need to know anymore.
You're an adult. You made some decisions that caught you in a bad situation.
Yep.
But
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with you talking to somebody. I just wouldn't go into details.
No, I don't even tell people
But
I'm a witness for anything.
Certainly your best, I mean, if I was you, I'd be confiding in my best friend, like, hey, this is what's happening in my life, and I need help. Is there anything wrong with that? No.
I mean, that's about as far as confiding has gone with me telling her about something.
That's a woman, though.
That was like,
Don't tell a woman like that.
Yeah.
No, you want to keep this close to your vest, Nicole,
So,
and only tell maybe your dad.
there is no, you're not in trouble, there's no charges.
No charge, not in trouble. Simply don't want to.
For like talking to like my dad or like
About what?
asking a friend for help. Well, I mean, like, well, my dad already knows, you know what I'm
There's
saying?
nothing to get in trouble for.
Okay, I don't know how that works. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, I don't, this is one more thing I don't need on my plate, because I just, oh my God.
You're not in trouble, and talking to your friends and family about what's going on isn't gonna get you in trouble.
I
Okay?
don't even want to talk to my friends about it. I don't even want anybody to know. I mean, you're gonna find out, but I figure the reason that I think I'm staking out in the media as long as I.
Reputation control. She was banging. Yeah, she doesn't like her sex life out there. No one does. I mean, especially women, though.
Maybe,
I don't know, they haven't even.
or they just,
See if we got anything. Go a little more. Looks like it might be done here. Yeah, she looks like she's done. Yeah, they done, I think. Check it a little bit. Look at her go, that hair. Her little sex pot there.
Not gonna be show right here.
this isn't,
Just hot dog food, thank you boys, that you were trying to eat.
Whoops.
with you in Charlotte.
Yes.
You talk about children, and he's got his own kids, and that makes you kind of uncomfortable because you'd like to have your own family.
Yeah.
Put that in context for me. Is that a fair statement the way I'm saying it?
I guess, those are anything I said to him though.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Did you ever say anything to him about,
Never.
Yeah.
anything about his kids being a problem? Anything about his wife being a problem?
Never. I always try to be so inclusive with them. And even with her, when I was talking to her, it wasn't that his kids were an issue, it was just, this man already has a life.
Right. She wants to start a life with someone.
Should I go build my own?
Right.
You know, with
She
someone-
wants to start her own family. No one wants stepkids. The red pill truth right there. She doesn't want stepkids. Women don't, so don't. Men, they don't want stepkids, neither do you.
I haven't done that yet. And then she was the one that was saying, you know, I was engaged once and it didn't work, and now I'm engaged again, and she's trying to tell me like, it doesn't matter, like, I'm on my second time of going through this, and she's like, I love this man very, very much. And
Uh-huh.
she's saying like, he's not gonna love you less because he's already been through marriage once.
Right. But that, yeah, no, and that's true. And really, yes, she's right. But women want to be the first. I mean, I get it. And she's younger, you know, it's gonna be her first. But if you like someone enough, it don't matter. You know, it don't. Especially when like I could see that when I was younger. You know, I want you to be your first marriage, and now you just want someone normal. You know.
Those references were never made to him though, about children.
Never.
So Charlotte, that's who you were talking about.
Yes.
Did you one time tell me Charlotte's lesbian? Okay. Were you talking about one of your friends that might have been a lesbian at some point?
That's not the case. I don't think so.
You never said that about any of your friends that I inquired about?
I don't think
Okay.
so. I don't think
I think on the first day we talked with your dad there, I inquired about Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, you asked me about Charlotte and eHarmony, and I was
Right.
Yeah.
what are you talking about? And I couldn't find it. So I was wondering if maybe somebody like referenced both of those two, but not in together.
Okay.
But you were on but she was on eHarmony because you said you were.
So Charlotte is your friend, she's your closest friend. You guys had this conversation.
Let's
but
see,
never
Jim.
mentioned you were besides her and me. You
Yeah,
never mentioned it to Chris. You never said anything about your kids, or his kids, pardon me, damaging your guys' relationship,
No.
or
no.
nothing like that.
Never. And I mean, and even in that, it wasn't like I never said that his kids were a problem. It was just like he already has a life.
Right.
Right. So in light of what's occurred though, what I'm trying to make sure is that there was never a conversation.
Him
that you
starting
had
him getting rid of his kids and start fresh.
that you were saying, I can't be with you if you have kids.
I wouldn't be with him if I could.
Okay. So I'm just making 100% sure that those.
I promise you. Like, I really want you to pull these texts because all the stuff I've been telling you will like take up.
And I hope we can. I haven't been very lucky with your phones yet. There's been nothing but pain. So this one's coming. Jeez.
I know, this is a task. I'm gonna send you my no, that was kind of something between me and her. And it wasn't even really the kids, it was that like he'd already been married before, and I was just like,
More being married, yeah.
if I like am in a long-term relationship with this guy, is that something he would eventually want? Because that's something like I would eventually want.
I don't know, Nicole.
So your concern was more about his prior marriage than his children.
Women say that, but
Yeah.
you're 30 and you're
Honestly, I wasn't really that worried about
she's
that.
30 and she's still single, right? So, you know, and a girl as good looking as her, she has had plenty of offers, guaranteed. She was in a long-term, she claims long-term, 7 months. I mean, that's long-term for her, I think. So I don't think, you know, I think she gets around. I mean, it's not, no shade on, dude, I think much respect for Nicole. I'm just saying, she needs to stay single if she,
Like, if
you know.
read the majority of those texts, like, it's very, very flattering to him and all of anything that I have to say about him. It's just that I wasn't like 100% committed to him yet. I mean, I was monogamous with him.
Oh,
With men.
uh-huh.
But it wasn't like,
What about Jim?
this is the guy I want to spend the rest of my life with. And part of the reason that I was uncertain, I mean, yeah, he'd already built a life, but honestly, like, he wasn't out of the marriage that he was already in.
And you knew that. He wasn't out of the marriage he was already in, but you knew that.
Don't tell the whole world, like, hey, I got this guy, and, you know, I'm gonna take in his kid.
Uh-huh. Image control. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. But she'll still bang him behind closed doors. That's why we don't know much about women's sex lives. I'm not, this is my respect for women. I'm just saying we need to know how they work. She's like, I'm not going to tell people I'm, you know, I'm going to take his kids. They don't like stepkids either, guys.
We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and it
They're a pain in the ass. Oh, you need to be a dad that stepped up. Yet, when we see women, they don't want them either.
You have to look at it from the perspective that I'm looking at it. And how it could be misconstrued or made out to sound something another way. That's why I wanted to give you the opportunity to say what it really means. Okay?
No, I don't mean any harm towards the kid.
Hell no, hell no.
When he showed me those pictures, he was all about them.
Yeah, no.
Not only that, like, once you guys get those texts, you will see, like, there's not very much mention of his children. And if there is mention of his children, it's always like.
Yeah, no. I mean, Nicole does not need to work that hard. Say, you know, no. No. No one wanted the demise of his kids, and I don't know why he did it. It's so crazy. Why it's just nuts. Now he claims that the wife did it. No, but it's crazy. It's crazy why and how he did do it, guys. It's out there, but it's horrific, and you don't want to know about it. You know, I wish I didn't, but you know, went down a rabbit hole, and this guy's what he did was monstrous to those kids.
The apartment's great for them, or, you know, what do you think about beds? And, you know, like, those little girls that reminded me of my little sister. They're like the same.
They were so cute.
Yeah, I mean.
Shanann put him on, you know, made him perform. There's one funny video of Shanann, and I think it's Cece, and she's like, say hi. She's like, no. She made him perform all the time for the camera. That lady was on the phone all the time. And that's the problem with social media. Social media has, especially with women, they love the attention. Women love attention. Remember that coin of the realm, guys. But your woman can't be on, you know, well, she should like you enough not to be on social media. That just shows she didn't give a damn about Chris. But, because that's looking out into the world. And women should be looking in towards their family. You know, men look out towards the world and go conquer it. Women should be looking in towards their family, not out towards all these people giving them attention. Their attention should be paid to their husband and their family.
She's wild, and it used to just make me smile because
She is.
my little sister.
They were both wild. Those kids were wild.
And it just was kind of like spot on, you know, and so, like, it just kind of made me think, like, okay, these guys are going through a divorce at the same age that I was at when my parents.
She identified with that.
Like, how did I handle that? You know, I tell them, like, you know, this is what happened when my parents separated when we were this old. And just try to, like, give him a reference because I gave a damn.
Right, okay.
I mean, but just because I care about him and I care about his kids and all of that doesn't mean that I'm ready to turn around and like commit
Did
everything.
he ever say anything like that? Like, do I have to get rid of my kid?
No.
Do I, you know?
This shocked me just as much as I think it shocked the rest of the world. Like, he lies so much now. I go back and think about all this shit. Lies. Everything that we knew about him was lies. I mean, his friends let him stay the night at their house. He even told them. It's not just me. He lied to everybody. He had all of you fooled. And everybody stood up for him. His friends stood up for him. I really thought she left. I was like,
Because he was a fairly kind of a weirdo, but his family was good, and they, you know, he messed up, yeah. But he wasn't violent. No one saw this coming from him. Really, they didn't. He gave no indication, but.
I mean, even now, when I go back through this stuff, I'm like, it doesn't make sense, you know, or it like seems a little off. That stuff still doesn't send a red flag to me, like, hey, this guy's gonna murder his family.
Sure. I don't think there was any, you didn't have any indication, and by all accounts, it doesn't seem like anybody did.
No, I just, like, you know, sometimes I like, try not to think what that man's thinking, because like, you don't know, you know, but it's like, how long has his brain been like shifting to this paradigm shift where he feels the need to do this? Like, I just don't believe that it's something that just happens, you know?
She's lucky though. She wasn't number 5, 6, or whatever. What, 3 kids and a wife that's 4. Yeah, she's lucky. She's lucky. She, you're that close to a murder that did 4. You could have been 5, dude. Be careful. I'm telling you, these are the biggest decisions you'll ever make.
I think this is something that takes a very, very long time.
No, it does not.
So it scares you when you look back at it?
Yeah, because I think about it and I'm like, he could have had that capacity to do that,
Yeah.
whether I was in his life or not.
No.
He could have the capacity to do that. Maybe
No. Makes you feel better.
It could have been me.
No. See, and this might be a blind spot. Look at the figure of Nicole, 30 years old, banging him twice in one day on a Saturday. His wife's a shrew. She was not a nice person. I've seen the way the parents, the videos I've seen, but Nicole, his Shanann. I'm just saying, not that it's right what he did. I'm just saying that this was someone that was listening to him. This was someone that was, Shanann was not into fitness. I'm telling you, she wore a lot of makeup and had filters. This is natural, and with hard work in the gym. And he fell in love with that, And yes, that can happen in 6 weeks for men. Status, and supposedly, now I don't know if it's true or not, he liked violent, rough banging. I think she could handle it. I really do. I'm just saying. And I think he was I said this, I think she can give it back to him just as good as he was giving it to her. I think she'd probably make a good sexual partner. Look at the athleticism in her. It matters.
Hardcore.
Knowing your body.
I mean, the more I think about it, I think a lot of people are going to probably assume that I was the catalyst for his movement,
Yeah.
but I don't think, not me, instructing him, but
No.
deciding to do that because he hadn't in his life, because he was so, infatuated with what we had going on.
Yes.
But, I try to put the reason to it at the end, why would you wipe out your family?
Correct. Now that makes no sense. I mean, because he's had so many unresolved problems in his marriage. But yeah, you were the catalyst for him to want to leave. And I think he finally stood up to Shanann, and she was Miss Control Freak. Supposedly, Dad described her as a bipolar narcissist or whatever. That dad was not. The parents, and this wasn't. They were fairly honest with, they were very down to earth people, it seemed, and they didn't, she was a piece of work apparently, according to them.
It doesn't
So I think he confronted her, his wife Shanann, and she went off on him. Yep.
And he thinks that I'm gonna just.
And so as she's going off on him, he's like, nah, not today, because I just had this Saturday twice, and I want it again. I miss it, and you're going off on me like this, and I've taken it. Though a man can build the rage. This is not excusing it at all. What he did, he's right where he deserves to be. Guys, this is why you got to deal with stuff and lead stuff way earlier than this. This is lessons learned.
There be days where he would walk home my house after work, and I'd be like, no, go in with your kids. Your kids are home. That was me. It wasn't even him. That was me pushing that. And he would go do it, and he spent time with them, but he was never like, oh, I don't want to hang out with them. He'd just be like, can I see you for a few hours? And I'm like, your kids are awake, go hang out with your kids. If they're sleeping and you want to talk, you call me, but don't do that while they're up. Let's spend time.
No, see, and this is where he messed up. Again, you first 6 weeks, first year, your F buddies. You could work after maybe 6-7 months, but your F buddies don't. Are we hanging out? No, we ain't hanging out. She's like, you can call me. No, now they're talking too much. You know what I'm saying? Understand? I just want to make this a learning moment of. No, and they had a highly sexual relationship. We're going to minimize talking to women on the phone and banging, maximize. I'm serious.
And I just, oh my God. And that dad is swallowing or something.
Swallowing, huh?
Why would you take them out to spend time with me? Like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all.
Mhm.
You know,
But you said he was infatuated.
Yeah. But okay, see, but this is this, and I love that. This is what I really, this is the part I really wanted to see on this. Now, this, when girls talk about sex and connection, soul ties, and he, and I've said this more on my, I said this before on my content, and I've heard shout out Mr. Lucario on this stuff. He kind of put it into my head. And so I don't want to take his, credit for that, but he put it into my head, which is true, is that men get attached through sex. Men get attached through sex. Chris was attached through her awesome banging. This booty here. I'm serious. I'm not all this, that riding on top of dude. And men get attached to sex because sex is harder for us to get. We can pedestalize it more. Now I'm saying you shouldn't. And she's like, why? Why? I thought women got attached to by sex. They were having it regularly. She should have soul ties. She's like, what the hell is he doing? And she already deleted all his contact. Where did all this connection go from the sex you were having? No, she cut him off already. Tell me that sex builds connection in women. No, she said, what, it said he was in touch, but even, that's okay, if he's so all about me, like, she's so confused. All we were doing was banging. Wait, I thought that was all about connection and soul ties. That's what they'd like you to believe, gentlemen, so you pedestalize it, and so you'll invest more to get it. This is so valuable, the sex I give you, soul ties. No, man.
Good point.
and
So maybe
what
that's
would
why
make me happy
with him hanging out with
is
his kids.
with his kids. It's in text, it's in phone conversation. I mean, so let's just say that
We'll
doesn't,
look at it.
it doesn't,
That one particular context in that, just, it's so open, kind of interpretation and whether or not you said it. That's why I wanted to address it in particular. Okay?
Yeah, there's nothing like that. Never.
Did you say this?
Why did he do this? All I was doing was banging him 5 times a week, twice a day. Why could, that'll make him, and he was more in love with her. Why? Because men connect through sex and passion. And women, they can distance themselves from it a little bit. They like it. They're enjoying it. Now you can, women can fall in love over sex, but again, they have a much better relationship with it because it's not a scarce resource as much as it is for most men. Now, Chris Watts was supposedly seeing someone else too off of Tinder.
871-569-0998.
Yeah. Yeah, don't say those things else too.
You got, I bet they dating now. The cop be like, yeah, the case is over, girl.
Scroll through.
I saw all your pictures.
What? Kind of the same thing, like when I deleted the text, like I saw his mugshot and I looked at it.
Oh, we already heard the mugshot thing.
We don't need to keep it because what it's going to do, if I take everything, then
All right, we'll end it there. All right, we'll see you on the next one.